Welcome back. The doctor is in. Today is part 4 of the Technical Readout 3150 series. What I'm discussing in this series are the new notable units that were written for the entries in this book. The reason I'm only talking about notable units is because the rest of the entries appeared in other TROs, whether the TRO 3145 PDF series, the XTRO series, or other TRO material. So, the first entry in this is an interesting unit. This is one of the so-called Quad V battle mechs. These are mechs that have the ability to convert from a bottom mech into a tracked vehicle. It's an interesting new unit type for BattleTech. So first is the ARION, and the first notable unit is Star Commander Neville. Neville is in the Hell's Horses clan and leads a star sent out for anti-piracy actions. And what I have Neville do is, after tracking down the pirates, Neville's Star of Arions disembarked from the dropship in their tracked vehicle configuration. This led the pirates to ignore them and focus on 2 stars of Omni-mechs that were closing in instead. This allowed Neville's star to flank the pirates and convert into battle mech configuration and wipe out the pirates. The other notable unit is Marvin. And that's it, just Marvin. Marvin washed out of a Mech Warrior Sibco and wound up in an ARION after winning a trial of refusal to avoid becoming Salama. Now, Salama is the cannon fodder, essentially, of the clans in the BattleTech setting. They're the old, they're the condemned, the prisoners, the unwanted. They try to get some use out of these individuals before they die, and usually it's simply as cannon fodder. So here I have one individual who avoided that status and only seeks to find some moment of glory in what he considers a wasted life. And he hasn't had any actual battle experience. He simply hopes to have one so that he might die an honorable death and redeem his entire existence. Kind of a fatalistic sort of character. A little something different than the heroes who save the day. So let's go to the KOSHI standard. The KOSHI I actually wrote in the TRO 3145 series, and I got the chance to write the new notable unit here. I didn't always get to read or to write the notable units for the entries I had previously written. This is one of the cases where I was able to do so. Here, the notable unit is Songwei Flavio Rodriguez. Rodriguez is a member of the 2nd McCarran's Armored Cavalry, and he is renowned for ignoring regulations, primarily due to seniority and lack of qualified officers. He rose to command a company. And the company is called Rodriguez's Layabouts. They're the worst company in the regiment in terms of military discipline. However, they still have a winning record. And in December 3144, during the conquest of New Hessen, Rodriguez had his shining moment as commander when his recon company located enemy positions and directed Capellan Allied fire in the conquest of that Federated Sun's world. Next up, the Hollander 3. So the Hollander debuted, as I recall, in TRO 3155. It's a light mech with a giant Gauss rifle in its shoulder. And here we have a successor version of the battle mech in the 3150 time frame. The notable units include Marshal Ramanathan Subramanian, whose father was a colonial marshal, as is Subramanian himself. That's why his title, or his rank, is Marshal. And his father helped save Governor George Holt. So Holt is, of course, the commander and founder of Holt's Hilltoppers, my personal mercenary unit, which became a canon command in the BattleTech setting. And here I update Holt's story a little bit. I have that he actually became governor of the world of Portland in the Franc Reaches. And he promised to reward the elder Subramanian who saved his life. Instead, he was asked to provide for the son, in this case, Ramanathan Subramanian. Holt's son kept that promise, so we're talking perhaps Holt has died. I don't specifically say that. What we do say is that Holt's son purchased a Hollander 3 and gave it to the new graduate of the Marshalry Academy. And Ram loves that his mech is unique in the Marshals. However, because it's unique, it has logistical difficulties, and that creates additional issues that he has to contend with in his duties as a colonial marshal of the Franc Reaches. The other notable unit is Lieutenant Jen Youngblood, who was among the defenders on Ark Royal in September 3146 when the Jade Falcons conquered that planet. She is one of the Kellhounds, and she's one of the few who managed to survive to escape the devastation that the Jade Falcons wrought on the Kellhound's homeworld, Ark Royal. And I put a specific little note in here that her Hollander 3 prove useful as they were fleeing towards the periphery, raiding various Jade Falcon worlds en route. Next up, the Calliope. So the first notable pilot, Commander Sonia Crowell, is a member of the 1st Magistracy Highlanders in the Magistracy of Canopus. This is me, again, throwing some attention towards the periphery, since I did a lot of writing for the periphery early on when I was writing for BattleTech. I wanted to make certain that the periphery got some mainstream attention, and that's why a lot of the notable units that I've written in this are for factions in the periphery. Crowell's notable experience was in February 3146 against some pirates who turned out to be from the Marian hegemony. Again, I pronounce hegemony with the hard G because that's a Greek word, and that's how it's pronounced by the Greeks. Or, I'm sorry, when they encounter the Marians of the 6th Legio, it turns out both of them were hunting the same pirates, and they thought each other was the pirate band, and so they fought. And then, after they had worn each other down, the pirates attacked them. Crowell rallied her remaining troops to engage both the Marians and the pirates while organizing an orderly withdrawal. 2 of her lances were lost from her company, and she would have been demoted, except her family is wealthy and were able to use their wealth to prevent her from being demoted. The other notable unit is Cao Shao Herman Shelton of the 1st McCarran's Armored Cavalry, and he is a war criminal who committed many atrocities in the attempt to hold the Federated Suns world of New Syrtis during Julian Davian's counterattack. As an effort to create a diversion so that the 4th McCarran Armored Cavalry could escape, Shelton set fire to an internment camp outside of the planetary capital. He killed 7,000 children who had been held hostage to force their parents to surrender. All of the children were killed, and there is a bounty for Shelton, dead or alive. So again, Not all notable units are heroes. Some of them are the scum of the universe. And finally, for the last mech in Part 4, the Phoenix Hawk L. This is a light battle mech version of the Phoenix Hawk, which is a 45-tonner, which is a medium battle mech. So this is a lighter scout mech with the same general appearance and recon design philosophy. Notable units, you see I really had a lot of space to fill, so I kind of went to town. I tried to fill up all the space. I did a fairly good job. The notable units include Tai-E Sak Hiramoto in the Ryokan Hachi. When they attacked Remagen in August 3148, Hiramoto's company was crucial to securing the line of advance. When they encountered some Kestrel Grenadiers infantry, well, it was a bad day for the infantry. Let's just leave it at that. The other notable pilot is Lieutenant Hena Unagi, who is commanding a recon lance in the Crater Cobra's mercenary command. They were facing the Ghost Bears in May of 3147 on the world of Yamarovka after a raid against their own base on Mualang. They thought the raiders were the Cobras, so the Bears, the Bears' world is Mualang, so the Bears had sent a reprisal to teach the Draconis Combine a lesson, and Unagi's lance was sent to hold off the advancing Ghost Bear Omni-Mechs, and she used her snub-nosed PPC, which is very accurate at long range. And while she managed to cause some damage at range, she was actually captured by the Ghost Bears, but no one is sure if she has been made a bondsman, or if she is a laborer, or perhaps has been consigned to a Salama group. Well, that's probably the least likely of those, because she's not part of the clan yet, as far as is known. Here, I'm just trying to show that the clans, even during this period of war and craziness, they are still engaging in their clan-like behavior, possibly capturing enemy mech warriors who show some skill, and attempting to mold them into clan warriors themselves. So that's the end of Part 4. Part 5, I will cover the rest of the battle mechs with notable units for TRO 3150. And that's all I've got for it today. The Doctor is out.